Hello, my friends. So today's date is September 9th, and if this is your birth date, this is a reading for you for this year. This is a four-card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome card. Where does this all lead you to? So the general energy card of the year for September the 9th, people, is Agape. And agape is, I think, that feeling of awe and magic, awe at the wonders and spectacles of the human experience, where our mouth is open agape, where we are just in wonder and astoundment, and the sense of profound unity with the oneness of being. At the same time, it is also that great reverence for the sacredness of life and what we do with our being. So agape is also that connection to service, to out to other than ourselves. It's that sense of brotherhood and sisterhood that says we are all one, and we need to do this together, and we can work for something that is inspiring to us, and uplifting to us, and in integral through our evolution and our enlightenment and our path to consciousness. So service, honor, the awesomeness of being, and the sense of brotherhood and love that is all that agape kind of forms in its wholeness. So that is the general energy of the year. So I think that says you're going to have this sense of awe that comes through this year, this this deep sense of connection to yourself and to the consciousness of the universe, and it's going to come through the awe of nature, or the awe of service, or the awe of honor, or the awe of something mystical and magical that shows up to say, have you thought about this? Have you considered this in your being, in your life, in your consciousness? And it might move you in some completely new direction that you were never expecting to go. So what is your challenge? Well, the Six of Swords is that sense of, you have been someone who has studied a lot. You have looked at and analyzed and studied, works and understandings and philosophies. Possibly you at least studied some kind of schooling, some kind of teaching that has, brought you to some pretty astute place in yourself about how to create what you want to create, how to think about what you wish to think about in positive ways and growth-filled ways. And the six comes in as a heart opening place, so the swords are minds, so the sixes are hearts, and the Six of Swords in a lot of ways says, well, you can't forget about your heart. If you're only in your mind, you might be cold, but if you're in your heart as well, then you have a chance of balance and a chance of learning about intuition as part of your integrity of mind. And so this is about listening to your intuition and saying, oh, I really need to go over there, and I really need to not just study this way, but study this way. Go on an emotional journey, a heart-filled journey of finding your truth, your source, the thing that really talks to you about what it wants to study. So I think the challenge is for you to listen to what really is calling you right now to study and to analyze and to look at within yourself and to honor within yourself. So the challenge, I think our mind could take us in one direction, and if we're not in our hearts, and we don't feel our passion, and if we don't listen to something deeper than just our mind, then again we can be cold, and we can be on a path that has really not a lot of meaning to us once we look at it and feel into it. So there's something else drawing you this year. There's something else calling to you. Now, are you going to be able to listen to it? Are you going to be able to honor that your heart might want something different? Are you going to be able to honor that your intuition is saying, yes, that's looks right and you think that's right, but your intuition is saying, no, you got to go over here. No, you got to feel this thing. You got to respect the awe and wonder of that particular thing. Or no, you have some kind of service that you're also called to do, some kind of service that's bigger than yourself, bigger than your studies, bigger than your path that you've created so far. So that is the action to take, is the ant. And ant is all about cooperating with others to build some kind of um, union, some kind of mechanism, some kind of mission that everyone goes after. Ant is a colony, they work in tandem. They don't need words. They leave their pheromones. They follow each other. One takes the place of another. If one is killed or drops out, they all work to serve the common good, the survival of the species, the holding of the queen, the connection of their life together as one unit. They can move mountains. Ants move mountains. You can move mountains if your heart is in it, if your sense of honor and awesomeness is struck by it, if you feel the community spirit within yourself and outside of yourself, and join forces with a possible group or a possible energy or a possible study that feels right to you, that feels passionate to you, that is not just about your head, but is about your heart, is about your agape, is about your sense of brotherhood and sisterhood and service to a bigger picture, is about that awesomeness of unity that comes when a whole group of people manifest something that's amazing and marvelous and awe-inspiring. So again, it's that sense of your challenge. Not just think about yourself, not just consider your own mind and what you think and analyze is the right place, but listen to your heart and see if your heart is telling you something different in your path. You're going to use everything you've studied so far. And it's going to help your studies in the long run to be a wider representation of your heart and your mind together, your intuition with your intellect. So that ultimately is what is the last card, and that is the sense of your soul fire, your passion fire, your connection to not only just your belly and your survival in this physical world, but your spiritual belly, your spiritual consciousness, your spiritual will that says, I need to listen to something deeper, and I need to follow some deep path that is connected to my universal mind and my consciousness, and not just my keeping my body, safe, alive, fed, and establishing myself as some kind of being to respect and have some kind of definition. This is much more than that. This is about a spiritual definition that makes you feel alive and awesome inside of yourself. And when you feel awesome inside of yourself, from service, from working together, from touching the awesomeness of life, from experiencing that sacred intuition merged with that sacred knowledge and wisdom that comes from studies and open eyes and open hearts, then do you proceed along your path to enlightenment. And this is a year that's going to say, all right, here's your choice. Here are your choices. And which choices are you going to make? What really feels good to your heart and your head versus what really feels good to just your head? And if your heart isn't part of this, then maybe you're missing that sense of agape that is really calling to you as some kind of prime energy mover within yourself. So service might be one of the biggest, most important things you can understand yourself through this year. So may it be a blessed year, and there are no wrong decisions. There are only paths that need to be followed in order to find ourselves. So blessed be to your path. There are no wrong decisions. Everything will take you to a place where you can look at yourself and learn about yourself, and hopefully transcend the pains that have been brought to yourself through your own actions and through your own choices. And that's all we got. So blessed be. Have a beautiful year.